Hello and welcome to ET Now. Today I am at IRDA head office in Hyderabad and joined by IRDA Chairman Mr. Debashish Panda. Thank you so much, sir, for talking to ET Now, sir.
Thank you very much.
Sir, in board meeting you have taken series of new decisions to increase the insurance penetration, to increase for development of insurance sector, and one important decision is of regarding the registration of new insurance companies. So what does it mean? Does it mean that in coming time we will see a number of new insurance companies because you are allowing PE companies also, PE funds also to become promoter?
See, if you go by the vision of the IRDAI, we are looking at, before 2047, our country should be fully insured. All our citizens should get adequate cover for life, personal accident, health, property, and all businesses and enterprises should also be adequately covered with insurance. Our economy is growing. Major drivers of growth also suggest that and there are certain reports which say that India, from being the 10th largest insurance market, by 2032 we will become the 6th largest insurance market. If you look at the growth pattern in the last 5 years, the CAGR was around 11%. Last year alone, 21-22, the gross written premium was around 9 lakh crores, registering a growth of about 9.94%.
Highest
and today, if you look at the year-on-year growth as compared to last year in October 2022, the growth is around 20%, which is a very encouraging trend. Going forward, the pandemic has also taught a lot of lessons that how health insurance is a risk mitigation tool that people have understood. A lot of people are realizing the need for insurance. Discretionary spends are increasing. So more and more people are investing in the insurance as a product, for risk mitigation and also through life by way of savings, by way of annuity and so on. Now, if we have to double our penetration, then we would require, something like 3.5 lakh to 4 lakh crores of capital.
Okay.
Currently, about 1 lakh crore of capital is already deployed in the insurance market. So the existing companies will have to raise more capital, and at the same time, we need many new players. So the registration regulations are very important set of regulations which will take care of these requirements.
Yes, sir.
So based on various inputs that we received through our interactions, then we had a conference with the private equity funds, the venture capital funds, the family offices. We met the trade bodies, the CII, FICCI, PhD Chamber of Commerce, received inputs from all of them as to what all we need to now factor to make the registration regulations more progressive, forward-looking, and also a vibrant one. Based on that, then we came out with a draft regulation, which was put in public domain. We did consultations with the industry as well, with the other stakeholders.
So after you joining, we have seen that every week there are so many new draft notifications are coming up and series of notifications are coming continuously.
So the whole idea is that unless you create a regulatory framework which is progressive, forward-looking, supportive and facilitative, then investors will not be attracted to come and invest in the country. So that was the first and foremost requirement. Secondly, we are also trying to build a very robust risk management framework, so that at all points of time we are able to supervise that they are financially sound and stable. So the registration guidelines is a step towards that direction, and let me tell you, today we have also approved a new entity to start their operations in the country as an insurance company after a gap of 5 years.
5 years.
2017 was the last, and now 2022 we have today approved.
So in coming time we will see that you will be approving registration very fast.
Yeah, there are around 19 more applications which are at different stages. One is fully matured. The capital is to come in the next 15 days time. So once that happens, they will get the approval. The others are in different process. So we have actually created again a framework that when a new applicant comes, we have a facilitation cell who does the hand holding so that they are constantly in touch with them to assist them in completing the requirements for setting up of the unit, so that as early as possible within that 60-day framework they are able to start their operations.
Okay, sir. And sir, in open architecture, you have announced that presently banks were able to tie up with 3 life, 3 general, 3 health insurance. So now a corporate agent will be able to tie up with 27 companies?
So it was 3 each in life, general and health. Now we have expanded that 3 to 9.
9.
So once you have given that window, it's up to the market to decide and the companies to decide with how many they need to tie up.
9 or 999?
999.
Okay, 27.
So typically now they have a choice now. Insurance companies and corporate agents have a choice to how many they wish to tie up. Now, what it does for the policy holders, it gives a wider choice of offerings.
Okay.
So if you walk to a bank, then you have several products to decide.
Yes, sir.
So it's now up to them. We are not mandating that you need to tie up with 3 or 4 or 5 or 9. We are only opening up the sector for more tie-ups. So it depends on the insurance company and the corporate agent,
Okay. Sir, and now as per your announcement that companies will not require any permission to raise capital through other means, and you have increased the threshold also?
No. What we have done is for companies also to raise monies from the market as a subordinate debt. We have laid down certain parameters.
Yes, sir.
So within those parameters, if they fall, then they need not come to the
IRDAI.
to IRDA to obtain a permission. And that flexibility is available to them so that they can go at the appropriate time to the market. The market doesn't wait because the market may be conducive for the insurance company to go and raise that capital. So that freedom is provided they fulfill those parameters.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Sir, in today's in board meeting, it was expected about the single limit for expenses of management, but we have not seen this. Again, you have come up with a revised draft notification. So, what was the idea behind that, and why we have not seen this in this board meeting?
See, 2 of the regulations actually they go hand in hand: the expenses of management and the commission regulation.
Yes, sir.
So, when the draft was put up a few days ago, a few months ago, since then a lot of comments had come.
Okay.
Then a lot of stakeholder consultation. Like we have, had interaction with all categories of the intermediaries, individual agents, their federation, the web aggregators, the IMFs, the corporate agents, the insurance companies. So a lot of inputs came, and it was felt appropriate that we will look into all of that. And the whole idea is, not to come up with something where we face a hurdle when it comes to execution. So therefore, now this draft has undergone a big change from what we had exposed and what it is now.
Sublimit has been.
So therefore, we thought let's again get the comments, and there was no hurry in any case because the date of implementation in any case would be from the next financial year.
Okay.
So why not give another opportunity for the stakeholders to present their views if they have any. I believe that now much of it has been reconciled to the to the expectations of the stakeholders, so that it works in a seamless manner.
Sir, it is already directly linked to the commission also.
Yeah,
in commission draft, you have said that it can be maximum up to EOM limit. So do you think it will disrupt complete the market, because few companies to increase their market share, they will be able to give maximum commission?
I mean, these are all sort of wild assumptions that we are making. In any market, there are market forces which determine. The market is a place of competition also.
Okay.
And no company would like to, overprice a product or price it below what the threshold would be. So the pricing is also done or decided by the market, so the players know how to price it.
Okay.
Now, as far as the new guidelines of the commission are concerned, it gives complete freedom to the insurance company or the industry to decide what kind of commission structure is appropriate. They can retain at the current levels, they can enhance it. So it is for them to decide. So instead of IRDA stipulating X, Y, Z, it's better to leave it to the board. And the boards have been advised also through this circular that at all points of time they should take the interest of the policyholders into account and also the agent and intermediaries into account.
Yes, so do you think that it will provide level playing field for everyone? And one of the important things we have seen in recent
It will, in one line I may say, it will bring in more efficiencies.
yes.
And that summarizes what will happen in
And
this
sort
process.
of that allegation keep coming against the few companies that they are paying over and above the prescribed limit. So after this fixed limit, that sort of things won't be there?
I don't know what is the question you are making, but what I'm trying to say.
I want to say that we have seen couple of every times there are few
there may be
complaints against
no, not the question. There are some breaches which may be beyond the control of the
regulator.
So they have breached. No, not the regulator, by the insurance company. So they breach that. Now this single expenses of limit gives them the flexibility to remain within that.
Yes, sir.
And secondly, what we have said that maybe somebody is above that limit, so they may take time to come down to this limit.
Yes, sir.
So there is a glide path also. New companies, obviously, when they start their operations, their expenses of management will be high. So they will be given a 5-year glide path to bring it down to the allowable expenses limit.
Yes,
so, I mean, all in all, it is a win-win for everybody where you are allowing the boards, giving them the flexibility. Secondly, we are giving the freedom to the companies to decide the commission structure. There may be certain products where you need to give more commission. They can do that. The IRDA doesn't come in their way. So they have the complete flexibility to decide how much of commission structure they can retain at the current levels, they can enhance it. So it is up to the companies.
You have
so therefore,
clarified.
By imposing caps, it was a bit of not bringing in the efficiencies into the system. So we thought that this will be the right way, right approach, and I am sure all the stakeholders will receive it well.
So presently there is a big buzz in insurance sector about Bima Sugam. So how this will be a big game changer in insurance sector, and there is one another thought of many people that it will disrupt insurance sector because there will be direct policies will be available, so agents will suffer, companies will increase competition, and by when we will see this Bima Sugam into reality?
Bima Sugam is contemplated to be a e-marketplace.
Okay.
And for the customers and more importantly for the agents or the intermediaries, this is going to be a game changer. Now, how an agent is able to service his customer, sell product to the customer through this portal,
Yes, sir.
is able to service his customer through this portal, and is able to also settle his claims through this portal.
Okay.
Now, typically what happens when a customer is approached by an agent, the agent will have to go from his home to maybe 20-30 kilometers in his bike or motorcycle reach. He will solicit by explaining him through a piece of paper here, and also give him a comparison of what is this product, what is that product. Now here in this, and he has to do his KYC, he will require documents. It's a cumbersome process, time-taking process,
Yes, sir.
costly process. Here what happens, the entire KYC gets automatically done by simply the customer types his Aadhaar number, which is masked, and
Everything
gets,
is linked.
Everything gets auto-populated.
Yes, sir.
Choice is available, he shows it on the screen of the iPad or the smartphone.
So is there any deadline for insurance?
No, just listen. So the customer journey and as well as now the insurance agent, if he goes physically, he has to go to the branch, deposit his check. It takes 2 days or 3 days to get collected. Then they will print the policy, they will sort of do the underwriting, print the policy, then hand it over to him. He will have to go to the village or the town of the customer. So, the amount of time and that money and resources that he spends, in that amount of time and resources, he will be able to service 20 other customers or 30 other customers.
And overall penetration.
So the penetration will grow, the agent also gets more income, more customers, and at the same time insurance penetration, as you said, and the customer journey becomes absolutely delightful.
And sir, that Bima.
So now question when it will come up, you see it is at the conceptualization stage. It's not a small portal that
Yes, sir,
it comes up. We have to take
Millions and
into
millions
pros and cons into every account. Going forward, it will become a very important market infrastructure in the financial market infrastructure. So it has to be very carefully, everything has to be done. So it will take time. So we are already started working on it, but I cannot define an exact time. But yes, we will try to speed up this whole process so that it comes up as early as possible.
And sir, Bima Vistarak and Bima Vahak both will be linked with Bima Sugam.
So actually, typically it helps. Bima Vistar is a kind of a product, a bouquet of bundled kind of products. Typically for the people who have less disposable income. Now it will have a component of life, it will have a component of accident, personal accident, it will have a component of health, and it will have a component of property. So the typical approach would be that it will be like, say for example, you can afford say 500 rupees annually. So it will be linked to the number of units of insurance that you buy. If you have more money, you double that. So say 100 units of insurance, 50 rupees, 500 will grow 5 times. So depending on your affordability, you can buy. So this is the design or construct of the Bima Vistar. Then what does the Bima Vahak do? Bima Vahak is a women-centric force.
Okay.
Men will also be there, but primarily women. They are from the community. For every Gram Panchayat, we want one, at least one to begin with, a Bima Vahak, who goes to the households and with her iPad or with her iPhone, the smartphone, and goes, explains to the household the importance of insurance and the availability of insurance and the price of the product, and then sells that product and gets the policy straight away in a printable form or in a downloadable form.
Okay.
So Bima Vahak, people will believe in that Bima Vahak because he or she comes from the community.
Just like
people
bank,
have an, it's like the bank
banking
correspondent. So the people would know that yes, this girl is from our neighboring village or from our village. So they will have trust in her. Yes, they will have the confidence in her. So that's how we are trying to create this new set of intermediaries who will go into the rural market, who will go into the semi-urban areas, which are now untapped. There is a huge market potential, and small ticket items they will be able to sell through the Bima Sugam portal and service their customer. Yes. So that is the approach of the Bima Sugam, the trinity of Bima Sugam, Bima Vistar and Bima Vahak.
Yes, sir. And sir, for dematerialization of insurance policies, have you given any deadline to insurance
No,
companies?
not yet. We are also working on, see the Bima Sugam also talks about all the insurance repositories getting connected to the Bima Sugam, so that the day the Bima Sugam becomes operational, whatever insurance policies are issued will be pushed into the repository.
Okay.
And going forward, it's available in a demat form, which should be possible. Then people will be able to use it as a financial instrument for pledging of shares or raising a loan. So that only enables the customer to leverage on the insurance policy that he or she has.
Sir, around 2 years back, IRDAI came up with a consultation paper of allowing life insurance companies to sell indemnity.
So right
insurance.
now there is no such decision. We are more worried about how to further our efforts of penetration, and therefore we are trying to. But as we go forward, once these things stabilize, we'll take a call. And
yes, sir. Recently, you made a 13-member committee also, in which
that is basically for penetration of health for the missing middle.
Okay.
So what kind of products can be done? How can we reach out?
So that will suggest a standard health.
No, not a standard. That I don't know what they will suggest. This committee consists
talk
of.
Is that first time ever IRDAI has chosen 6 doctors.
There are doctors. There are very eminent doctors.
Yeah, very eminent doctors.
And we have the hospital network federation also representing. We have academicians also who are researching on healthcare or managing healthcare. They are there. So it is a quite what should I say, very eminent people sitting on that committee, and so they will give their input. So let us see what finally comes out.
Yes, sir.
in terms of their recommendations.
And sir, a few days back, IRDAI came up with a clarification after there was so much hue and cry that for insurance policy, on the policy note only, the amount of commission will be mentioned.
No, we have never come out with a note.
No, you came up with a clarification. Then nothing.
No, because there was media. You all have created this confusion.
Yes, sir.
So the media has created that confusion. We wanted to set it at rest, you know.
Yes, sir.
So no speculation. So we haven't yet. Never ever have circulated any.
Yes, sir.
Paper. So therefore,
clarified.
we just set it to rest.
Yes.
So there was no speculation. Things have stopped thereafter.
Yes, sir. So my last question is regarding that you have given a ambitious target to insurance sector, particularly for general insurance sector for 11 lakh crore, and it's been 5-6 months. So according to you, how things are moving fast, and do you think that in present scenario it is achievable by 2027?
See, what we have done is we have looked at what is the CAGR in the last 5 years. It's around 11%. Last year growth was around 10%. Currently, year-on-year growth is 20%. We sat with the insurance companies to discuss how can we double the penetration. What all, now we are making the regulatory changes. We are making all these changes that we just discussed. This will facilitate all of you. So can we have some aggressive and aspirational targets? Then we talked about why not we have lead insurers like the lead bank concept in each of the state. How can we partner with the state government, the insurance companies to further our efforts for insurance penetration? So all those things are now falling in place. We have, from IRDAI, I have written letters to all the chief secretaries saying that we have designated a lead insurer.
Just like banks, we will have a dedicated
we can have a
company.
forum like the state level bankers committee. We can have the state level bankers and insurance, or a state level insurance committee. So all the state governments are now, every day I am receiving 2-3 replies from them, and they are quite enthused about this whole effort. Going forward, we will also go to the state headquarters, have meetings there, discuss with the state authorities. Insurance companies have already started going, but our bi-monthly meetings could also happen there. So coming back to that growth, so in these discussions it was agreed to, we had made certain projections, so they agreed to some of them. Yes, they said this is bang on, we are absolutely the same kind of target has been also decided by our board too. Exactly. So they were all quite enthusiastic about this whole idea of growing more in an aspirational manner, and as I said, we are almost growing at 20%, and hopefully the momentum will keep going, and so that's where we are, and I hope I see a good future as far as the sector is concerned.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.